Okay, hello, and welcome to Dwarf Fortress, Ledusen, Rackhelped. Last time, it was mostly a lot of clearing up after the Goblin invasion. We finished mining out the new bedroom area, and we started smoothing it, and I also started allocating bedrooms in there for my dwarves. Dwarves were getting upset and throwing tantrums every now and then. It's not too bad. There's a number of dwarves which are doing so. Hopefully, that will resolve itself one way or another. One dwarf last time actually threw a tantrum and made a terrible decision and decided to flip over a musical instrument I had set up in one of the temples. So they got cursed by the god, and they became a were-rat, which then ended up transforming in my fortress and attacked. I think she managed to kill 2 dwarves, a dwarf and a child, as well as bite 2 other dwarves. And those other dwarves, luckily I was able to hunt down all the dwarves which were potentially infected, and I was able to block them off in their own room. However, since then, one of them, I think, threw a tantrum and broke the door which was locking them in there, so I've been trying to send them off on suicide missions to get rid of them. I have them labelled as cursed. So yes, that was unfortunate. We can actually see the corpse of the were-rat still here. If I zoom in a bit. There we go. This N with the accent above it. So yes, also we had moved all of the corpses into this room over here, just so that the dwarves aren't walking past sentient creatures' corpses while they're getting out of the fortress. We also had bought a lot of food from the human traders. A lot of prepared meat and also various plants and all that. Mostly in the hopes that some of my dwarves will like some of it and they'll eat it and get a happy thought from having their preferred meal. The dwarves tend to like such a wide variety of things that I think buying just all of the food which the trade group had was probably the easiest way to go about doing that. So yes, we can see a number of dwarves here are heavily stressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of them is mildly stressed there. 7, 8. It's to be expected. And I don't know how they're going to handle it overall. We had to rebuild the military also, which I have since reinstated, though we've lost a member of this squad because I believe they were the were-rat. So I'll fit another person into this squad. We can put a fishery worker. There we go, Maffle. And these 2 people here are the were-rats. They're a part of the Creative Boots, and they're currently on a mission to raid a goblin settlement. And I hope... I previously told them to go off and capture a artifact, but they went off the map and then they came back immediately. And I don't think the game actually gave us a reason why they did so. It just said, mission, they've gone off, and then mission report. Yeah, here we go. So mission report was this. They set out, first to Galena, and that was it, and then they just came back. I sent them to go out to, like, here or somewhere, I think. Like there, maybe? Maybe it was too far. I don't think that's the reason. But that was a bit weird. Anyway, so I'm hoping that they'll go off, because I sent them down here on a raid mission, and they're only 2 dwarves and they have no equipment. So I hope they will go away. Ooh, Mace Dwarf has been found dead. Oh, troll killed them. Okay. Yes, we've also been dealing with trolls down in the caves. Our monster hunters are getting a lot of work done down here. There is another troll down here, all the way over there. Apparently fighting a dwarf. badly injured, though. There was a dwarf there. Did you just kill him? The troll's dead. The troll just bled out or something? No. Where's that dwarf? It's over there. I think that's him. Lorbum. Hey, Lorbum, how's it going? Lord Dwarf. Yep. Troll is fighting. Steals. Let's see. Troll attacks the sword's dwarf, but she jumps away. The sword dwarf stabs the troll in the right tusk with a steel short sword, and the severed part sails off in an arc. Troll charges at sword's dwarf. Troll collides with the sword's dwarf. Troll misses the sword's dwarf. The troll falls over. Steel sword has been lodged in the wound, in the spine, or in the upper body. Pulls on the embedded sword, gains possession of the sword, strikes at the sword's dwarf, attacks again in the lower body, tearing apart the right kidney. So the dwarf was actually the troll was actually dealt with pretty efficiently. Force twists the troll, misses the sword's dwarf. The sword's dwarf stabs the troll in the head with a steel short sword, and the injured part is cloven asunder. An artery's been opened, and the tendon in the skull has been torn, and then the troll died. So, killed it by splitting its skull. Okay. And let's hope no other dwarves throw temper tantrums in the temples. Some of them are stumbling around obliviously and just staring off into space and... What's this? Sunk into depression. I don't think that's too far gone. I think that's, like, they can recover from that. Oh, the creative boots have returned. Wererat has become a stone crafter. That's because they were part of a militia squad. Yeah. How am I going to deal with them? Question for the ages. What do I want to do with them? I'm pretty sure you can exile dwarves, but the wiki didn't say anything about how to do that. Let me have a look. Dwarf Fortress Exile Dwarf. How do I expel dwarves? Oh, right. Yes. That's unfortunate. The Bay 12 forums are currently down. Remember that? I was trying to read them all day. Yeah, so the wiki just sort of says you can expel them. Or emigration or exile, but it doesn't actually say how to do it. When you order... Yeah, it just says... Emigration or exile from your fortress currently happens when you order one of your dwarves to leave, but it doesn't actually say how to get your dwarves to leave. Irritating. Oh well. I kind of think it would be under something like the, you could just say, you know, just sentence random dwarves to be exiled, but... Where's Wererat? There you are. You're a new arrival. Manager. No, that's the manager. I thought maybe I could give a manager job to remove them. Relationships. Nope. Health. Nope. Combat. Labor. Misc. I see. That turns them on and off there. Interesting. Okay. Oh, there we go. Expel. E. And where's the other dwarf? There's... What's that? That's a stray beak dog. Why is that there? Why is there a beak dog on our map? I want to expel you. Oh, final confirmation expel. I think that means that their child will leave as well, but that's probably for the best. Expel. Oh, I see. And the icon changed from a dwarf to a at. Okay. Expel. Cannot expel. Child is not present. What do you mean? Child is not present. Did I have family who is not here? The husband is the Mark's dwarf. Eldest son is Zolgar. Moses has... How many? Jeez! Look at that big family. You've got 1, 2, 3 sons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 daughters. Got a mother and father. 4 older brothers. 5 older sisters. And just nieces out the wazoo. Okay, fine. Passing acquaintance with the other wererat. Yep, well... Excel. Cannot expel. Child is not present. Do they have to be next to each other to expel? I mean, over there I think there's another person. Bath is leaving because I expelled the other dwarf. Yes. Remove from squad. Because when you expel a dwarf, the other dwarves won't necessarily take it well. Yeah, there's the child leaving as well. And so them and their family will leave as well, which makes sense. They all want to stay together. I might have to wait for them to get into the fortress. You don't transform before you do so. Where are you? I don't particularly want to expel the moody dwarves. Because yeah, it could make situations worse. But at the same time, why are you going all the way down here? Are you putting something into a chest? You're holding on to like an earring. Where are you going? Pick up equipment. Well, I'd prefer if you didn't. You're actually the creator of an item. Creator of something. It doesn't actually say. Expel. Child is not present. Do other people mention this? There we go. Cannot expel. Child is not present. Oh dear. This is on the bug list. Usually at least once per migrant wave I have a new arrival that I cannot expel, the reason being child is not present. Even after the entire migrant wave finishes, I still cannot expel the dwarf, which leads me to believe one of the 3 scenarios is at play here. The child never arrived to the fort, is dead or alive but somewhere else. I'd say that's a bug. The migrating dwarf are parents of a dwarf that was already in the fort, but expelled before they arrived. Bit of a stretch here, I don't think that's likely. The child in question hasn't been born yet, and the migrating lady dwarf is pregnant. If the baby's population cap prevents her from giving birth, that could mean never being able to expel the dwarf. Given that discovered that newborn babies are born with severe cave adaptation, possibly intended, the overthinker we would assume that babies exist as entities before they're even born, hence the cave adaptation, and hence the inability to expel dwarves. Interesting, interesting. This is just what someone posted along with the report of the bug. It's any children that are out in the world which prevents exile. Children in the fort are fine. They leave with the parents. Adult children out living their lives don't prevent the exile function, so the majority of the time it's only caused by kidnapped children. But I don't have any kidnapped children. And there's not really a consensus with what the issue exactly is, but sure. I'm willing to think that it's because there's a, what's it called? I am willing to believe that it's because there's a family member who is not actually in my fortress, which is causing them to not be expelled because their family didn't come along with them. I mean, the person has like 9 children, so somehow I don't think they're all in my fortress. Because some of them are elder, or 8 children, and we've only been around for like 3 years. 4 years? 4 years. 125 we started. So yeah, you can't have like 9 children in 4 years. Okay. Well, you're just going to have to get stuck in a room and where can I put you? Okay, go. No, not there. No, creative boots. There. Oh, and the tunnel turtles or Kia kickers are still on station. I was telling them to stand around next to the were beast, on the off chance that they actually transformed. So we're gonna have to wall him up in a room over here. Actually, not that one. This one here. Go in there. And we will wall, and this is a useful tip to know. If you want to be able to place a wall at a specific angle, say if I put a wall here, chances are the dwarves could actually build the wall down here and get stuck in the room with the werebeast. However, if you place walls on this side here and you suspend them, or you would suspend them so they don't build them because you don't want them built. If you put the wall constructions here, the dwarves won't actually stand here. They'll stand up here and build the wall from outside. So we'll suspend that until the dwarf is inside. And then we'll just wall them up in the bedroom. They're going to have their own bed and they can transform all that they want. And they won't be a pest to anyone. Where is he? Don't tell me he's gone and transformed. Where are you? Picking up equipment? No, I don't want you picking up equipment. Stop that. You shouldn't have a, uniform. I don't want you to have a uniform. Equip. No. No, you don't have a uniform. It says no uniform, because I didn't apply one for your squad. So you shouldn't be. You're now dumping an item. No, you're picking up an item. I've lost sight of you again. Where are you? Station! You're going to your station. Good. Get there please quickly before you transform and tear out the throats of other people. Okay, gear kickers. Or tunnel kickers. Tunnel turtles. Tunnel kickers. I should just call everything something kickers. I keep making a mistake. Go over there. No, move over there, not kill over there. You can't kill the floor. There you go. Now, so we've got time and someone will come and build this wall before they transform. It would suck if they end up transforming in the process while someone's building the wall. Come on. Who's got... Ah, bugger. Transformed into a were-rat. Well, we've got some military there. Nobody come down this hallway. They're going to horribly murder you if they see you. Oh, 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 they're moving. Don't go near that. Oh dear, there's a child. Ooh, ooh. Ah, crap. Yeah. I was thinking maybe he was going to build it out of view. Okay, kill it. Kill that were-rat. Were-rats are kind of nasty. Bled to death. Okay, and we're gonna have to check this to see whether anyone else was bitten. Okay. Attacks the bone carver, bites the bone carver in the lower leg, bruising the fat. I don't think that counts, because it didn't break the skin. Bites the bone carver in the left foot, tearing the fat. So the bone carver might be... tearing the muscle. Yeah, the... bone carver. So... I'm just writing this down. Bites the mason in the lower lip and the injured part is ripped into loose shreds. Yeah, that's definitely. Shakes the mason around by the lower lip. Ugh. Okay. Attacks the bone carver, bites the mason in the right hand. Oh dear. Bites the mason in the right hand, tearing the muscle through the large rat leather right mitten. Okay, so mason... the curse attacks the bone carver. Strikes the recruit, but the shot is blocked. Attacks the wreck. Curse bites the mason in the left hand. Yeah, that's probably definitely infected. The curse strikes at the recruit. The recruit looks surprised by the ferocity of the cursed's onslaught. Curse release the grip. Bites the mason. Yep. Shakes the mason around, shakes the mason around, kicks the recruit in the first toe. Attacks, grabs, bites the bone carver in the upper body. Shakes a bone carver, bites a bone carver. Curse bites a bone carver, throws the bone carver, and the were-rat is bled to death. Okay, so the bone carver... There's apparently two bone carvers there. On-get and Lawbam. On-get... Lawbam. And there was also the Mason Sigun. There's also a Stonecrafter here. I must withdraw! You might have just seen it and run away. Yep. The Shearer. Oh, that's being attacked by a troll. No, wait. Axe the troll. Curse strikes at the recruit. Strikes at the recruit. Kicks the recruit. You're just witnessing the battle. Okay. Mason. Yeah, okay, so the mason, and let's have a look at these bone carvers. I mean, there's 2 bone carvers. It's. I really wish the log actually mentioned who was injured in the battle or not. Okay. You've got a head wound, but I don't think you're part of it. There's Sigun. You're badly injured. Domas is fine. Zon. Onget. Mystery dies. And the other one was Morbam. Actually, that bone carver is completely fine. So it is Onget and Sigun. And also Inod? The Shira? Really? No, wait. No. You're fine. So, Sigun, who might bleed out, because his skull's been badly injured. And, Onget. Okay, so... what are their names? Onget. Actually, I'll do this. Customize. Profession name. Cursed. And then Onget over here. Getting this title is like a friggin' mark of death. Oh, come on. What's wrong with this? Oh, I forgot. Caps lock on again. Onget. Okay. There we go. And profession. Okay. Now we attach them to a military squad. Wererats are surprisingly difficult to put down. I suppose they're really... I was going to say they're really squirrely, but... okay, there we go. C station in there, that's fine. Don't, like, carry him off to the hospital or anything. Wait, someone is injured over there. Inod, the Shira. Left knee. But I thought the Shira wasn't involved in the combat. Shira stands up. Shira stands up. Stands up. Is it an old injury? Cursed kicks the recruit. Inod recruit. Oh, the Inod was a recruit. Okay. So they were a part of the military. Customize. Profession. Cursed. Okay, and you're going to go into the squad as well. There we go. Okay, and everyone's going to be positioned in here, and then we'll wall it up. You're carrying one of the injured dwarves. That's fantastic. I suppose we've got enough time until they can get their wounds repaired. They won't be in the hospital for a month. Really? Really? The dwarf picks up the mother because the mother is injured and carries her off to the hospital. But the mother was carrying 2 babies, and then just leave the babies on the floor. They're just like, no, we just want the mother. Off she goes to the hospital. But what about the babies? Ah, they'll make their way there, it's fine. Okay, there's actually someone else in here. Onget Sigun Ninod. Yep, okay. And you. Planter. Distracted. Oh. I'm feeling randy today. Oh, really? Great. I think you're waiting for, like, Splint. Or, like, a cast, but we don't actually have the capability to make a cast, because we don't have any, what's it called? We don't have any plaster. And I was looking for plaster down here. In this mining area. But unfortunately, we weren't able to find any. Let's auto-mine these gems and all that. Well, not gems, this ore. There we go. Okay. That'll keep my miners busy. Okay. I kind of wish there was something you could do to uncurse a dwarf. Like... Because assumably they get a... Make ballista parts. Assumably... They get a wound in the process of getting cursed. So perhaps while they're getting... When they're in a hospital getting that treated, if you have, like, a salve to put on the wound, the medical dwarf might do so. Perhaps that would require a rather large diagnosis skill. Because they'd have to say, oh yeah, you've been bitten by a werecreature. You're at risk of becoming one yourself. Like it seems like 100% chance, actually. If they're bitten and it breaks the skin, they're infected. That seems to be the extent of it. There's no percentage chance about it. Captain of the guard is throwing a tantrum. Currently, she is... somewhere. Don't go making any bad decisions. I mean, I understand a lot of people, I might have mentioned this, a lot of people sort of just exile all the dwarves which are, What are you doing throwing tantrums in the temple? Don't do that. You got 3 pet dogs. Aren't they comforting you? Meditate on revelry. Oh, okay, you're actually... Feels fondness after interacting with a pet. He was frustrated considering the scarcity of cages and chains. Okay, that's a odd one. I haven't seen that. Do we need to make... Does he just have a preference for cages and chains? Well, I suppose queue up some cages. Trap components. Iron. Oh wait, they're not there. Furniture? Iron. Cage. There we go. Oh, we've also got some statues to put down, don't we? Put the statues. One here. One here. One there. And one up there. There we go. We should really kind of like mine out a new area for industry and all that. Let me see. Oh, right, I've got it on there we go. Okay. And then we can do... I'm not very imaginative when it comes to room layouts. I just don't really know. I mean, other people are able to fit them together really well. Yeah. Like, what I've got works. Even though it's all over the one level. How is the mining going? Pretty good, pretty good. Baby has grown up to be a child. I think actually dwarves become adults when they hit 12 years old. God, look at that room. Such a mess. Why haven't dwarves cleaned it up yet? Okay, hopefully when the dwarves get out of the hospital, they will go back to their post, which is in that room. Okay. I'll start placing some more beds. One there. There, 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 there. There, 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 that one, and there. There we go. Really? Already? A vile force of darkness has arrived. Jeez, that's not good. Oh dear. Burst of limestone. Welp. Okay, has it already been a year? Active homestead. I want tunnel kickers active and the key kickers active. And I want both of you please to move up to here. And the key kickers. There we go. Everyone inside, the goblins have decided to visit again. I am worried. Sure. Just so you can help us. Maybe. You'll just run down to the caverns and start beating trolls or Droltha over the head. How many have they got? Oh. Only a few. Oh, they got a sword dwarf with them. Oh no, that's a guest. Goblin hammerman. Look at that army. Oh, it's great. Fantastic. It's lovely. Wonderful. You know, I could not imagine how to improve it in any way. Our little moat looks so pathetic. It does mean they have to go over the bridge, but, you know, compared to everything else, it's... Really, I mean, they could just climb over it. I never actually finished building that wall as I wanted to. Well, actually, no. They do have to go over that bridge because they can't get into the fortress that way. They can climb down... What they could do is they could climb over this wall and then go down the stairs there. So, that is a design flaw. If it wasn't for those stairs, we would actually be blocked up. Pull the lever! Pull up the drawbridge. We just make sure that the, yep. The burrow allows dwarves to go into the room to pull the lever. Come on, dwarf. One of you, please. Sometime soon. Forbid. Tightly blocked. I mean, a troll will just be able to knock the door down, but... They'll probably destroy the, our trade depot first. Oh, there goes a bridge! I think one of the trolls fell down a pit. Stunned. Oh, he hurt his head. I'm surprised he didn't smack into the wall over here. It just like, bonk. That's why I kind of like raising bridges, because you can catapult things by doing that. Actually, you can actually do this. Pull the lever and just put the task on repeat, and the dwarf will pull the lever back and forth constantly, and it'll launch everything which goes onto it over and over again. Here we go. You can also crush things underneath the bridge. Ponk! Doink. Oh, trolls on the bridge. Rooster's been found dead. I think the goblins and all that are killing our animals out here. See this. Come on. Bridge has been flipped. Oh, come on. Whoop! Okay, yeah. Goblins are all... The goblins are on the walls, actually. Shooting down at the animals. Okay. Take it off, flip. Take it off. Pull over and over again. The bridge goes up and down faster the higher quality the mechanisms you have for it. So... Gear kickers and tunnel turtles, get up there. You do have equipment, though you might not have as much training as you should. But nope, there goes the door. Come on, dwarves. Show your metal. Oh, someone's injured. Military commander is fighting. The troll. Tendon has been torn in the troll. The big dog. Sal misses the big dog, yeah. Yep. People's pets are going to be dying. People aren't going to be happy by that. Have we lost anyone in the military? Yeah, I think one from the tunnel turtles. But we've killed a few of the trolls. I think we've actually dealt with all of those trolls. We can't let them slaughter all of our animals out there. Come on. Pull the lever. One more time, and we'll charge out and try and deal with the invaders. We can't stay holed up in here. Everyone's pets are dying. Or at least the ones which are outside. Nothing's coming up in our well, so the design I have for the well works. Okay, we've pulled the lever. Tunnel turtles out here. Gear kickers out here. Look at all those goblins. If my dwarves go out there, they're going to get caught in a hellfire of crossbow bolts. Fortification designs would be really something to, like, go into depth with in Dwarf Fortress. They pretty much killed all of the animals out there, though. Blah. Okay, drawbridge going down sometime soon. I wonder how we're able to see that they're all dead. Is there a dwarf out there? I don't think so. Maybe they're... The animals might actually be reporting the others have died. I think that's something they can do. Come on. Is that bridge going down or not? What is this? I wish it said whether it was active or not. Come on. Did we, like, flip it so hard that it broke? I don't think so. Go over here. Go over there. So you're not standing directly in the path of the bridge going down when it eventually lowers. So that, you know, you don't cop a face full of bolts right off. Though that dwarf in the doorway there is going to get attacked pretty nastily, I believe. Okay, drawbridge is down. Are the goblins going to about turn and charge into my fortress? I think the problem with the lever was, I think the lever has a, like a activate state. So if you flip it while it's already activated, you have to sort of flip it back and then flip it again to activate the bridge again. Maybe. I mean, I know when you use it normally, you just pull it and the bridge goes down. Then you pull it and the bridge goes up. Oh, oh. Here's combat. Okay. Get out there. This is kind of an all or nothing. Charge, dwarves. Defend the home. Max Dwarf has been found dead. A dwarf falls off the bridge. You can see these goblins here. They're climbing along the wall. That's why, even though there's ground underneath them, they're standing there. This goblin here actually is currently falling, I believe. Because you can see the blue around the G. They're currently being pushed off the bridge and they're falling down into the little moat I have. But you know, they might just bruise their leg from that. It's not that far. Oh dear. How's our military going? Vacant, vacant. Vacant, vacant. Yeah. Dodden, our captain of the guard, fell. And that's probably about it. Well, I don't have high hopes for the rest of the fortress now. Goblins have broken into the fortress proper. They're attacking, I think, some monster hunters. Yep, monster slayers. There's a goblin crossbowman behind them. Might do a bit of a better job at attacking. They're all just filing in. Oh, Spear Dwarf, you're about to have a bad day. Well, shot. Instantly injured. You're in a martial trance, but you got hit in the right shoulder, right knee, right ankle, right lower leg. I believe bolts can actually pierce multiple body parts, but sometimes that's a bit weird. Like, how it was able to pierce multiple limbs at once is, rather bizarre. Everyone's fleeing around in a panic. More goblins come into the fortress. Where'd they all go? It's like they all left the fortress and then they're all coming back. Some of them are just like crawling along the ground. Oh, they're pale and that one's stressed. So yeah, even the invaders aren't having a very good time of it. They're getting stressed as well. Experiencing emotional shock? Yep, but you're going to be experiencing a lot more than just that soon. It's hard to tell where the invaders are. There's just a lot of dwarves over here, because I believe they're all trying to get up to here, but they're like, oh, I'm going to go for a drink. Oh, goblins. Oh, I'm going to go for a drink. Oh, goblins. Oh, I'm going to go for a drink. Oh, goblins. So they're all like, you can see they're sort of backing off as the goblins come down the hallway. Because the non-military dwarves do try and stay a distance away from the away from attackers, but they kind of have a very short memory. So they're like, oh, there's an enemy, flee! And then when they get away far enough, they're like, okay, I'm going to go back to my job. Oh wait, there's an enemy, flee! This is a problem with siege weapons, which I mentioned a few streams ago. Ballista and catapults, in that the siege workers are not military dwarves, so they behave like this. They will man the ballista, but as soon as an enemy gets within range of them or gets close to them, they will just run away from the ballista. And then until they're far away enough from the enemy, and then they'll go back because they've still got the job. They get the job again to man the ballista. Ugh, look at all of them. They're all like, just like a goblin charging through them and slaughtering them all. Horrified. They're having a terrible day of it. We killed a few of them. How many invaders are there left? A lot. Are they not all in my fortress? Oh, there's still more coming outside. They seem to be very indecisive about charging in and killing my dwarves. I think if they don't actually see a dwarf, they'll sort of just mill around and take their time. But as soon as they see one, they're just like, charge! And they'll run into the hallway. Oh, it's terrible. Who's this? Uzul. Overexhausted from all the killing. The combats are probably just going to be dwarf punches the goblin. The goblin swats aside the attack and kills the dwarf in one hit. And then they get tired, and then they get mobbed by, I don't know, multiple dwarves. Here come the other goblins into the fortress. And they're big dogs. Oh, my fortress. It was going kind of well, too. Not really. We were surviving, but we didn't exactly get our defenses up for something like this. And our military getting wiped out certainly didn't help matters. I remember it used to be like, even if your military was wiped out, if you had like 1 or 2 survivors, they tended to get a lot of experience from the combat. So chances that you would... Eventually it would be like... You would have a military made up of really, really good fighters. Or at least 1 or 2 really good fighters. And they would be pretty much untouchable. I don't know if that's so much of a thing now. I can't really tell. So much has changed. I don't know whether the combat has really had a big overhaul at any point. Let us witness how ferocious and merciless the goblin menace are. They're even killing the dwarves in the hospital. What is this? No honor amongst goblins. Well, no honor. No, the goblins honor the scum. What's our fortress down to? 54. Killed nearly. They've killed over 100 of my dwarves. Well, this place is going to be so freaking haunted. Coming back here as an adventurer is just going to be If I do that, it's just going to be ghosts everywhere. They're hunting them down in the other corridors. Yep. Flee! Run for your lives! We already buried so many of our own dead. Some of them are in the temples praying to the gods, I suppose. Elf poet and elf poet. You chose a bad time to join our fortress. I wonder if the goblins can get cursed by our gods if they destroy the temples. How did you die? Is that an enemy there? Human poet. That dwarf, did you see that? That dwarf just sort of like fell to pieces. Sibrick. Wait, is that what your name was? No. Sibrick. Vebok Bod. There we go. Oh, baby. Really? Oh! The human poet attacked the baby. Oh, that's horrible. Why are you doing that? Stressed out, I suppose. Everyone's just turning on each other. Cursed is throwing a tantrum. Well, where are you? Oh, you're over here? Where is Cursed? That's our dwarf list now. Onget. Oh, you're stationed over here. You're unconscious. Hopefully you bit the goblin before you died. I don't think that counts if they're in dwarf form. Ugh, look at them just hunting the dwarves down throughout my fortress. There's someone. Oh no. How are you feeling, oh no? Death is all around us. I feel uneasy. Massive list. He didn't feel much after seeing all these bodies. He dreams of becoming a legendary warrior. I don't think you're going to get that dream realized. Oh, Tidy died at some point. Can we see where? There we go. The clerk. No recent announcements. Well, we died somewhere. Is that him there? Yeah, that's Tidy. No, Tidy. Oh well. Goblins are hunting down the last few dwarves sitting around. Is that an elf? What's that elf doing? Staring off into space. Oh. Halls of death. And the goblins are all sort of just spinning out outside. I don't know what they're doing. The siege is still going on. Oh, there's a fair bit of fighting. Oh, I see. They're hunting them down because they're all going to like collect food and all that. Everyone's thirsty and unhappy. Oh, the goblins are all. This goblin's like scaring them all, but he's really, really tired. It's like, too many dwarves. The end of the day, our sword arms will ache from overuse. Well, I think the fortress is about done. 22. The dog survived. 534 missing. Well, we survived for about 4 years. I could have walled off and pulled up the drawbridge and hunkered down inside and weathered the storm of the fortress, but half of the fun is losing, so, you know. And it's kind of easy to make a fortress which is inassailable. You really just have to, like, block off the entrance some way. Just build a wall, and that way you're impervious from attack. Pretty much for forever. If you're able to grow food inside your fortress, and you have a source of water inside your fortress, you're able to survive pretty much indefinitely. Certainly that's how it used to be. So there's more of a challenge in having the front doors. Like, you have to, like, you put it yourself to, like, attack the goblins or attack the invaders. But yes. And I didn't do anything like building traps or anything like that. That was something which I always did to even the score when it came to the attackers. You'd have a long corridor, and they would go into it, and then you'd like block it off, and you'd have all these spike traps all over the floor, and the goblins would step onto them and get struck by giant serrated discs and spears stabbing them and all that. It's quite rather effective. It used to be. I think it used to be more effective because I think they've become better at dodging the traps, but they can't dodge them forever. As horrible as that sounds. You can keep the traps going, and eventually the goblins will get tired of dodging and collapse on the ground, and then they will die. So yes, I certainly learnt a fair bit in this playthrough of 44.12. I learnt about the whole stress system. I had to remind myself about the what's it called? About the there, I'm pointing at the screen, the worship place. And also how dwarves need to have bigger bedrooms than just 2x2s. I think they can be satisfied more or less by 2x2s, but to be on the safe side, you have to give them a bigger room, especially because their families and their children have to live in the same bedroom as them. Or, you know, it's best to have them in the same room as them. So, you have a bed, beds for the children, a cabinet, a chest, so they can store stuff in them. So they don't do this, which is leaving all of these clothes and their collections of items all over the place, which is just messy. If they have a cabinet, they can put them inside. I learned about the manager screen, which is something I had known about broadly, but I never made use of, and I've learnt how to make use of it, which is good. Yes, we'll deal with the goblin invaders by stinking up the place. That way they'll get upset and tantrum, and then they'll get cursed by gods to be were-rats. What else? We had a successful... Kia stole an iron shield. Damn it, Kias. How do you do that? We had a successful above ground farming area, and we had a bit of a cloth industry going, which was something which I haven't actually really bothered with before. I suppose usually because my fortresses don't last that long enough for clothing to become an issue. Clothing, as I've said, does eventually wear out just by you dwarves wearing it. But I think it takes quite a few. It takes a few years in game, and my fortresses don't tend to last that long. Not because they always die. Usually because I suppose, well, either they die or I get bored. And I want to start another one. So, they're still putting dwarves into hospital. Siege is still ongoing. I don't know what the goblins are doing. Anyway, what else have we done? I had a potash industry, kind of, going up. It was sort of just creating potash whenever I was able to. Onget has transformed into a were-rat. Oh, lovely. Where is he? Oh, he's in the hospital. How wonderful. Wait, Onget? Inod. Oh. Wait, Inod isn't a, were-rat. No, he's not. Okay. Well, we'll follow you around. If we can see you in the stink cloud. Werebeasts just outright attack and kill things. They don't, like, try and make werecreatures. You tend to get werecreatures. They do have a propensity for biting attackers, which creates werecreatures. However, if they're attacking things on their own, they will tend to outright kill things. Most of the time you get werecreatures because dwarves got attacked during the battle, but then you killed the werecreature, which stopped the werecreature from outright killing the other dwarves. So, what else? What else did we learn? That to make more instruments, I suppose. The instruments were kind of difficult because we didn't have any simple to make ones. They were all like structure ones. Oh, he's turned back into a person and he's in his station in that room now. Yeah, the station's not needed anymore. There we go. Where are you? Onget. There we go. Another iron shield. Damn Kias. I wonder where they take them to. Do they just like put them in their nests up in the trees? Do they just disappear once they go off the map? I know kobolds, I think if they steal things, they take them back to their caves. So you can find their caves full of random stuff they've stolen. I don't know about birds and such, though. They're still going about fort business like usual. The siege is still ongoing, again, but I don't know what the goblins are on about. Oh. Oh, it's gone up into the... Okay. I thought it was focusing on that dwarf in the center there, but it's just because it got close to the edge of the screen. What else? We had opened up the cave system. We didn't actually see any forgotten beasts. We got a number of giant cave spiders. Trolls and Dwarf. Giant cave spiders being the notable things there. Which we actually dealt with rather easily. They did kill a few dwarves, but... what else? Ugh. We did a fair bit of trading. Yeah, so... Anyway, that will probably be about it. For Dwarf Fortress, our fortress is in shambles. There's not really much we can do to come back from this. I mean, we could, maybe, continue on with the hardened veterans. If the 15 dwarves we have don't all either get cursed by Onget here. Apparently Inod is not actually a werecreature, but I might have just missed it. If the other ones all don't die of stress. Or throwing tantrums and all that. Oh, pardon me. Ugh. But, yeah. All this to clean up. They're not gonna have a happy time. Where are those invaders? Oh, they're actually all going. What? Why did they all leave? They got tired. They're just like, oh, there's too many killing. It's too easy. There's a troll in the training room over there. Come on. I thought the goblins were supposed to, like, hunt down every last dwarf of mine, but they all left. This is just like, this is going on for too long. Maybe they're like, oh, geez. Look at what we've done. Let's just forget this actually happened. Yeah. Yeah, what a mess, what a disaster. Oh well. We'll probably succumb to the invasion. Not much else we can do. Really quit? Yes. This region will be saved for later use, so in the world, Ledusen, Rackhelped, will continue as a shell of its former self. All the items we created won't be forgotten. Your strength has been broken. The dwarves which we had will be remembered in the world history. Artifacts we created continue on. The dwarves which were part of our fortress. I think succumbing to the invasion will actually mean that they're all dead. If we'd waited until the siege had been lifted, which I don't know whether it would have, because there were some trolls hanging around and we didn't have the capability to deal with them, they would have probably emigrated away from the fortress. But I think if we succumb, they might all die. I'm not too sure on that. Anyway. What else? Yeah, our fortress is existing as it is. If we start playing, go to Thurnum, we can go to Legends, and we'll be able to have a look at Ledusen. Okay, sites. Filter on string, Ledusen. Rackhelped, fortress. Rackhelped was a fortress. In the early spring of 125, the barricaded whips of the hot armors founded Rackhelped. And there's our initial 7 dwarves: Sazir, Tobble, Maffel, Saxel, Reg, Olin, Buttery, Maffel, and Tobble. Or, no, that was, not Tobble, because he was a migrant later on. And then we had all the dwarves coming in from the migrant waves. Failed distance was destroyed in Rackhelped. What's that? Is that a merchants visited? Became a fisher dwarf, was taken by Fey Mood. Then settled, and then it was probably just going to go into died. What's this? The human Echod made an agreement. Oh, becoming a resident. It was settled. The dwarf wererat. Autumn gravel settled in Rackhelped. Really? Had they moved here from somewhere else? I mean, that doesn't really matter, but I feel like that might have been just because I'd sent them on the mission. Created a masterful claystone earring. Oh, Autumn gravel was one of the dwarves which created an artifact. Oh no, he was creating crafts. That's it. Masterful claystone earring, ring. He was actually really good at what she did. Or he did. And then the trolls were struck down by the dwarf was struck down by the troll. The dwarfs suffocated, slain by the goblin. Oh, interesting, it actually says that even if they bled to death, it counts the killing blow as being by a goblin rather than just they died because they couldn't breathe. The dwarf created a masterful guava wood bed. This is the second siege. The first big one, and then the second big one occurred. And this is that. I suppose, yeah. In the early autumn. Mid-autumn. Does it say what happened to Onget? The crazy trenches of meteors starved to death. Yep. Okay. All the survivors of the attack, when I succumbed to the siege, starved to death. So... The masterful iron shield created by the dwarf Kubuk present room for the barricaded whips at Rackhelped in the early spring of 129 was destroyed by the bronze colossus Ramstone Judge called at Rackhelped. Wait, what? What bronze colossus? The dwarf Rackhelped found treaties were struck down by the dwarf Onget. The mystery dies the crazy trench of meteors with the pigtail trousers. Why was there a bronze colossus? I don't remember a bronze colossus. I didn't see a message about a bronze colossus arriving. Oh, what's his name? Ramstorm. Judge called. Ramstorm. Bronze Colossus don't attack with the goblins. Filter on string. No, this is, we need historical figures. What's his name? Ramstorm. Yeah, Bronze Colossus. It said he died in 61! Bronze Colossus, the only one of its kind. Was associated with war, strength, and metals. Settled in the blizzards of Shred. Began wandering the murk of skunks. Began wandering the blizzard of Shreds. Confronted the elf Zepave Hawkpass. Confronted Ramstorm. The elf Zepave Hawkpass's right ear was smashed by Ramstorm. Ramstorm struck down the elf. And then, like, that was in 111. And then in 129, he destroyed Masterful Iron Shield created by the Dwarf Kubuk Present Room. I get a feeling that was supposed to be, doesn't actually say who killed him. Apparently he died in... Because it says, died 61. Or, hang on. No, that's the, that's the male human here. So, that's not the Bronze Colossus. They were still alive. I feel like this entry here is actually referring to one of the Kia taking a shield. And not a Bronze Colossus destroying the shield. Does the game track masterful created items being destroyed? I felt like it only tracked artifacts. And we would have our artifacts in here, if I could remember the name of any of them. There's not that many, actually. Oh, Stranglemire is one of them. Yep. Vuk Nud Sheb Shoz, Stranglemire. This is an iron battle axe. All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. Stranglemire was created in Rackhelped. Stored in Rackhelped. Was stolen from Rackhelped by Kia. Damn Kias. It made off with my artifact battle axe. Only one kill. Killed a cave crocodile. So, I suppose we could go on, you could go on an adventure to try and find Stranglemire at some point. I'll write the name down. In case we do anything else in this world. I think it has all the most recent ones created down the bottom here. Yep. Forest Romance Lancers created the fed birds, the wooden bed. So. Yes. Can we have a look at... well. So yes, that will be the end of Dwarf Fortress for tonight. It was actually rather shorter. Because we ended up dying. But that's how things go. So. A sad end for our fortress, but perhaps someday we will reclaim our glory and our vengeance. We'll start another fortress somewhere else. I would like to start one in a good biome. I haven't seen them for ages. They're kind of as nasty as bad biomes in some ways. From what I remember. Let's have a look. Good biome. Surroundings. Good. Good biomes tend to have less aggressive, often benign, and weaker creatures, except for the unicorn. They also tend to have more fanciful creatures than neutral biomes. Good regions also support the wild sunberry, which makes the best alcohol in the game. Yeah. Evil. Regions are much more dangerous and strange than their neutral and good counterparts across the board. In addition to the ordinary wildlife native to the biome, various other creatures that are nasty, dangerous, and spiteful, such as big dogs, harpies, and ogres can be found in evil regions. Most evil regions have associated evil weather. Very, very nasty, those. Evil clouds can inflict various syndromes on par with those of Forgotten Beast, or instantly transform creatures into freakishly powerful thralls. Evil rains may also inflict random evil syndromes, albeit less severe ones. Yeah, I would disagree with that, and always cause unhappy thoughts and a desire to wash. Evil! Evil rain won't refill pools, but a single evil biome may have both evil and regular rain, even at the same time. About half of all evil regions are reanimating. Yeah, evil biomes are friggin' nasty. To a point where it's kind of... There's like... Sometimes I think there's too much nastiness in them. Like, it's kind of everything nasty all at once. Like, the clouds are stupidly difficult to deal with. You just have to be underground, really, because... As I said, anything which gets caught under them gets affected by them. And that's just instant, too. I mean, sure, it makes sense, but... It seems... It's very... I don't think you can defend yourself against it. I think even if you manage to get a wall up and, like, build a house above ground, I think the cloud would still go through the house. Being underground is really the only way to protect against it. But even then, if you're underground and it's a reanimating zone, you know, things come back as zombies. And undead in Dwarf Fortress are easier to kill than they were, but are still very nasty. Because they're just so hard to kill. But anyway, as I said, that will be it for Dwarf Fortress for tonight. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again next time. I will stop the recording here.